because then I can stick it on YouTube later. Right, guys, so here's what we'd start off with. We're going to start with the wrists, okay? We're going to use the floor, hands on the floor, spread those fingertips. And what I want you to do is rock forward and back, okay? And as you go forward and put the wrists into extension, you should feel a stretch. You should feel it all down the inside of your forearm there, or the bit that's facing you, okay? I'm just going to rock back and forwards. And mobilize those wrists. Good. And then what I want you to do is turn the hands the other way, and then you're going to do the same again. But this time, as you rock back, you're going to feel the stretch a little bit, okay? Good. As you lean into it each time, try and go a little bit further. It should have a degree of discomfort, but it shouldn't be agonizing pain. I can see Grant just walking in the background there. He should be joining in. Right. I want you to pop your wrist the other way, and we're going to do the same again. And this time, as you sit back, you should feel a stretch. Okay. Good. Right. So I want you to take your ball, place it on the floor, and we're going to work into this little area here, okay? And this is where all the muscles that help you grip attach. So they can be a little bit nasty. You can use the floor. You can use any surface. You can do this on a table if you've got one. I'd be out of shot if I used mine. So. And if you put a stretch on the muscle by opening your hand and your wrist, you'll get a little bit deeper into the muscles, okay? We're just going to work into that for a couple of minutes or so each side. I'm not wearing my watch, so I should probably get that so I can time. And if you want to add a little bit more pressure, and then just push down with the other arm, and then work into those muscles. I can see by some of the faces when you find a sore bit. I feel like I should have you guys off mute because that looks hilarious. We're going to do a full minute of rolling that. "20 seconds. Good, right. So what I want you to do next, this one's a little bit awkward to do on the floor, so you can use your other hand to put pressure on, and we're going to work on these muscles here. So if you've ever suffered with tennis elbow, that's where you would feel the pain, and it's all the muscles that create extension in the wrist. So just there, and then if you want to make it a little bit harder, I'm going to shuffle back so you can see, put your wrist into flexion and put a stretch on that muscle. I'm just going to do it in neutral because I struggle with this muscle regardless. Oh, I haven't started my timer. I probably won't throw this recording up but George just messaged me, Matt, saying I've just finished work. I'm cooking dinner. Oh, okay, yeah. I thought he said he was aiming for Tuesday, and I was like, it is Tuesday, but he wrote Thursday. I misread that. Oh. So if you work further down towards the hand as well, you will get some tighter points. If you find a really tight area, then just work into it a little bit more, okay? If you work into it, after about 20 seconds, it should become a little bit easier, not as painful. Okay. Good. Right, we're going to change sides. So we're going to go back to that first position where we had our forearm on top of the ball, put a stretch on the hand, on the wrist of the fingers, and we're just going to press into there. Ooh, my left side's tighter than my right. Right, guys, let's go to the other side of the forearm. So on top there, use the other hand just to work that ball into the muscles. Nice and slow. If you find an area that's particularly painful, then just work into it for a little bit longer. Good. Again, if you find a tight area, just work into it for just a little bit longer. Cool. All right then, so next thing we're going to do is roll out the tendon of the bicep. There's a bit, and I've been struggling with this, so it's going to hurt, where your kind of bicep attaches into your shoulder. So it's right there, and I want you to either press with your hand, or you can try, although I always find it awkward, to work into use the floor to work into it. Personally, I can get just enough pressure using my hands, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so we're going to do a minute on each side. Raise that up. So just there, into that bicep tendon. Ooh, I don't know about you guys, but for me that's really tight. I do have an ongoing shoulder injury, so that might be the cause of it. Let's do a minute on each side. And you can move into and work on the deltoid muscles and the shoulder muscles as well. Good. Right, we'll change sides. Right. You don't have to as well, stay on the left side, but I'm going to move back to my right because I definitely had a lot more issues in this side. If you're the same, then you can swap back and just work on the side that has more issues, but if they're about even, then just keep working on that side. What you'll probably find is some of these things we do are like a bit more uncomfortable than others. And that just depends on your individual sort of dysfunctions. This one for me is horrendous. Ooh. Okay. Right, so we're going to stretch out the shoulder. What I want you to do, it's difficult to get myself all in shot. Arm at about 45 degrees there. I need to move my capital. So, this will be kind of 90 degrees for me. I'm just moving it up a little bit so it's better for fiber orientation. And then what I want you to do is push yourself away and rotate, and you should feel it all through the arm, through the chest, and the front of the shoulder. So I lay like this, and then I kind of push myself away, and I stretch the chest out there. If you don't feel it, or you think you're doing it wrong, just send me a message in the chat box. I'll happily have a look at how you're doing it. And then we'll change sides. So arm out to the side there, and then push yourself away. You should feel that stretch in the front of the shoulder. Yes. Good. Well done, guys. So we're going to work on that shoulder range just a little bit more. So what I want you to do is take your towel, hold it as wide as you need to. And we're going to go over the head. We're going to 10 of these, nice and controlled. Good. Once you've done 10, we're going to do 10 over to the left. If you find it easy, go a bit narrower on the shoulders. On the grip on the towel. If you find it hard, go a bit wider. I'm going to go 10 all on the left. I've totally lost count, but I think I'm at about 5. Good, and then we'll change sides. Now, so I want you to take your roller. You can do this with the ball, but I do find it a little bit nasty with the ball. It's something you don't want to put too much pressure on. You're going to lie over it there, and you're going to get it just under your armpit, just here, okay? So there, you're going to lie on that and relax, and just kind of move steadily. Rock yourself over onto the roller. You can, if you don't have a roller, you can do this with a ball, but it is a bit more nasty. Okay.
Another Disney question.
Surprised you haven't done a Disney round.
I forgot.
Ray's writing a quiz. Okay, so just work into there, guys. If you find an area that's particularly tight, then just work into it steadily. All right, and we'll change sides there.
Got it.
Good, right guys, so this next one, you're going to have the roller. Hopefully you can see me okay. Oh, where are we? So if you're not quite low, quite low on the back, so not quite where the tailbone is, but just come up a little bit. Okay, and you're going to lie back over the roller, and then what I want you to do is roll your legs left to right. Well, I did right to left, but you know what I mean. Over the roller, okay? It's going to be on the lower back muscles, and then we're going to roll through the upper back after. Good. Now what we need to do, come back to center, and you're going to roll just to kind of the mid back, and then what we need to do is lie back over the roller, let everything extend, and take some deep breaths in this position. Back in 2011, I actually broke my back, so this is one I've always struggled with. Okay, now what we need to do, roll up the spine a little bit more, just between the shoulder blades, and then deep breaths again. You might get some pops and clicks in the spine. That's totally fine. Now you're going to roll, put your feet on the floor, and you're going to roll from the top of the spine down as you breathe out at the same time. So you breathe all the way in, and then out as you roll. And then we go back. Oh, get my t-shirt caught in it. Breathe in, and then out as you roll. And we're going to do one more. So all the way in, and out as you roll. Good. How do we all feel there? That's like the worst one for me, so hopefully you guys are doing all right. So here's what we're going to do next. We're going to take you through some movements, through the spine, through some rotational movements. So from where you are, you're going to stay quite neutral. You're going to reach through from right to left, all the way down to the floor if you can, and then up, and then you're going to squeeze up that way, okay? And we're going to do 5 on each side. And then once you've done your 5, we'll change sides. Don't rush these. Good. Then what we're going to do from there, on your, we'll do this one. On your side, I want you to breathe all the way in and hunch the spine as much as you can. And then as you breathe out, look up and try and drop the spine through, okay? So we're going to do 5 of these. Good. Right, we're going to do exactly the same again, okay? So reach through 5 on each side, and then 5 of a cat and cow. All right, let's go. Or cat and cradle, depending what you want to call it. There is differences. How's everyone feeling? Good so far, good. Right, so what we're going to do is stretch out the lats. So I'm going to go in kind of an all fours position. You're going to sit back, reach your right hand over your left, and then kind of rotate and sit back into it. You should feel it all down this side, okay? Sit back into it, and imagine like you're trying to drag your arm across the floor, but don't actually move it. And you should. If you sit back enough and put enough tension on there, you should feel a really good stretch through there. I'm going to hold that. Get my timer on. I'm going to have a good long stretch in this position. Guys, hold that there. Good, and then we'll change sides. So sit back into it, feel that stretch for 10 seconds. Good. And that relax that will do. Good stuff. So we're going to work on the neck a little bit. Oh, and actually, I apologize. We do have one more shoulder routine. Now, this is a little bit of a more advanced one that I know for a fact I struggle with, but it's what you get from a lifetime of spine and shoulder injuries. There are two ways of doing it. Number one, I'm going to go for the easiest way, and you're going to have your hands behind you here, and then, so sideways now, I'll move normal way. So you can see my hands are behind me, and I'm going to lift my hips up into kind of a bridge to stretch my shoulders out. The other way you can do it, which you do need a little bit more room for, is you start here, you come into that bridge, but as you can see, I can't do it. What I should have done is got my hand to the floor and stayed in that position, but I can't do that because I'm not flexible enough. Okay, so we're going to lift your bum up, hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, I'll tell you when. Lower it, rest for a minute, and then we'll do the same again, okay? So, hands pointed away from you, feet on the floor, and then lift the hips, and you should feel a real stretch through the shoulders. Good, and lower back down. Take a breather. And then we're going to go up again. And then down again. And lift the bum up again as high as you can. Down again. If you can, bring your hands a little bit closer together. If you found it really uncomfortable, then don't stay exactly where you are. And let's go up again. And down. And let's do one more. And up and hold. And lower down. Oh. Was not something I'm built for, but I know I should do. Feel like there's a market for yoga teachers that aren't very flexible to make everyone feel better about themselves a little bit when you watch your instructor kind of groaning through it. Right, guys. I want your hands on the sofa or anything you can use and elbows on, and just drop your head through and you should get a little bit of a stretch. And we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. Although my timer's over there, so I'm just counting in my head, if I'm honest. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, no, I needed to come out of that. My shoulder wasn't happy with me. Okay. So last few things we're going to do, we're going to stretch the neck out. Well, we're not quite there yet, but we're going to stretch the neck out. I want you to make an active effort to push your shoulder down, and you can put like you can sit on it or something like that. And then I want you to move your head over to the side and slightly forward. And what you'll probably find is if you go straight over to the side, you'll feel a bit of a stretch, but if you go slightly forward, you'll feel that increase. Okay, make an active effort to push that shoulder down. I actually would rather you try and hold it down under your own strength than sitting on it. Just because it also increases a little bit of shoulder stability while we're doing it. So it's not a bad thing. Good. Back to center, slowly come out of it. And then we'll go the other way over to the side and slightly forward. Good. Back to center. So, what I want you to do now is drop your head back, but also over to the side, and you should feel it in the front of the neck here. And just let the weight of your head create the stretch. Good. Back to center. And the other way. Good. And back to center. So this last one, we're going to use a cushion. So pop that on the floor first. And then you're going to take your massage ball, what I do with mine. And you have a couple of options. I have here, no I haven't, I've lost it. So, okay, never mind. It's not missing. We do, if you have like a peanut ball, one where there's two, almost like two taped together, you can use that, but single's good enough, and I'm going to use mine now. And you're going to put it, if you find kind of if I place this way, hopefully you can see. If you find the bone here, and then just walk underneath it, I'm in shot, yeah. Just walk underneath it, there's some squishy muscle there. And we're going to work into that. So we're going to place the ball on your cushion. I'll show me doing it. And then you're going to make sure the ball's in position there, that hopefully you can see there. And then you're just going to lie back and you're going to work into, I'm just going to keep my timer here. And you're going to work into one side of the neck muscles, and then we're going to change sides. So it's just about moving the head very gently to massage those muscles against the ball, okay? If you need to have your hand there for support, then do. And we're going to do a good minute on each side. And I also, for this, just want you to close your eyes, try and relax into it. And we're just going to try and bring everything down. Okay. Right, and change the ball to the other side. So work on the other side of the neck, and then we'll work into that. Good. If everyone wants to slowly come back up, I want you to even take your cushion and just take a seat. I'm going to stop the recording.